switched everyone to a new green supplier for electric. And as News 10 NBC investigative reporter Jennifer Lukey shows us, it's more costly and a bit confusing for customers trying to understand to whom to complain.
When PJ Carson Lad opened his RG&E bill this month, he was taken aback.
Normally I'm like, well, that seems about right. Yeah, this is, how we average and stuff. And it was only with this giant increase. And I'm like, whoa, something's not right here. I shouldn't be paying this much.
Electric supply rates went up last month regardless of the supplier. But there was also a major change for people who live in the city of Rochester. Unless you specifically opted out, the city rolled everyone into a community power plan. Basically, a company called Constellation New Energy, Inc. was chosen to be your supplier because it gets 100% of its energy from renewable sources. PG remembers talk of it.
It might be a couple dollars more expensive, and maybe, not that overwhelming. And I thought, well, it's green energy, so that's fine.
But not only was the rate about 2 cents more per kilowatt hour this month than what you would have paid had you stayed with RG&E, on its website and all of the mailings sent out about this program, the city of Rochester promised a fixed rate for 24 months of 0.058 cents per kilowatt hour. When the bills arrived, look at the fixed rate, 0.059, almost 6 cents. Not a huge difference, but it's not what was promised. Here's why. The city of Rochester collects a 3% tax on the electricity supply. And in this case, it's not listed separately, but added into the fixed rate.
It kind of bothered me because they didn't really do a good job educating people. You didn't get, you got a flyer, but it wasn't really they made it seem like it's going to be no change, really. It's just going to be green energy.
And that's really the problem here. Energy bills, as we all know, are already confusing. There are tons of line items, delivery charges from the utility that are often more than the cost of the supply itself, no matter who you get it from. But the bottom line here is you are almost always going to pay more per month for renewable energy. Some months it may only be a few dollars. Other months it could be a lot more than that. Indiana, if you are pinching pennies to make ends meet, every cent counts, so you may want to consider switching back to RG&E.
So that's my question, Jen. Is it easy to switch back to the utility? And I know that this program is new in Rochester. Have other cities or towns automatically switch their residents to something similar?
Well, the first question, it is fairly easy to switch back to the utility. If you're in the city, you just have to go to the website or call Constellation and tell them to opt you out and switch you back to RG&E. There are a handful of other municipalities that have these community programs too in our area. So check your bills, see what you're paying. You can compare that rate to RG&E's rate on its website, and then you decide if you want to make the extra investment in green energy.
Wow, a lot to do there. Thank you so much.